What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're at my cottage. Apologies if you hear a child screaming or whining in the background. My neighbors are up, and yeah. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video today is to actually do a comparison between two pens. Well, I was gonna do like this whole ramble actually, but you know what? You read it in the title of this video. That's why you clicked on this video. You want to see the difference between the BENU Talisman and the BENU Euphoria. This pen brand is quickly becoming my favorite pen brand. Not my favorite pen brand, but solidly in my top 5. I think Pilot still edges it out a little bit, but I love these pens. I do have reviews of both of these pens individually, so if you want to know more detail about just that pen, do check them out. But for today, I thought we would compare and contrast. I mean, obviously there's a visual difference between the size. So the Euphoria is the bourbon one, so it's the orange looking one. And the Talisman is the black and tealy white blue color. It's glow in the dark, so that's why it looks like that. That child is so whiny. Wow. I thought they went inside. Apparently they did not, so apologies for the whine in the background. So yeah, I've had the BENU Euphoria for some time now, but the Talisman is relatively new. This Talisman is the Edelweiss, and that one was sent to me, but I have also purchased another one because I love them. I purchased the Dream Bean one, but it has yet to arrive. So when that does come in, I'm sure I'll do a quick look for you. I don't know if I'll do like a full review just because I've already done one, but I'll do a quick look for sure. So these pens are dope. And I'm going to flip the camera around and show you more. Before I turn the camera down, I thought I'd just show you what I'm looking at right now. Gosh, I love this place, even with whiny children. So let's refocus the camera. I'm just going to give you guys the full experience here. No editing, jump cuts, any of that. So yes, we have the BENU. Oh my gosh, I got distracted by the material. BENU Euphoria Bourbon. Let me raise that a little bit. And the BENU Talisman Edelweiss. So obviously the first big comparison between them is this size. The Euphoria is certainly a lot bigger. And I believe when you uncap them, yes, I was pretty sure the Euphoria was still a little bit bigger, but not by a ton. So most of the height difference comes from the capping. But I will say they both feel really awesome in your hand, and despite the size difference, they feel pretty much the same because they're all resin pens, so they really don't have much of a weight difference, and like the grip section and everything like that are identical, so they both feel really similar. They both have the same nib, which let's see if I can focus this camera a little bit more. They both have the same nib. It's a number 6 size Schmidt nib. On the Euphoria, I have a fine, and on the Talisman, I have a medium. And you can see here in the little center there, fine for, F for fine and M for medium. And they're just Schmidt nibs. There's nothing too fancy on them. I did mention in both of my videos, I'm of two minds when it comes to the plainness of the nib, because the fact that they don't do much to the nibs means that they don't have as high a price point if they did, but when their pens are this flashy, I feel like it's almost a missed opportunity to have, a flashy nib with it as well. Both of them have the BENU logo in the middle. It's definitely more prominent on the Euphoria than it is on the Talisman. I'm not sure why necessarily. It might just be pure happenstance, but maybe because the Euphoria has the straight facets all the way around, whereas the Talisman doesn't. It just has these little grooves here. The clips are identical in every way. I love these clips. I like that you can press on the back, and I really like that there is an indent in the cap for a place for the clip to go, which I think is really cool. The Edelweiss doesn't have quite a flat top compared to the Euphoria, but it does have certainly a flat bottom. A bottom. They both have the center band being all black. Now, there are some models that are slightly different, or well, I guess it's the same model, some finishes that are slightly different, depending on the finish you have, but these are obviously the ones that I have. They're both resin pens. You can eyedropper them both. There's not a whole lot of differences, to be fair. Most of it is just pure size, which, like I said, uncapped, doesn't really make a ton of difference. You can cap them both. Let me put that down. Post them both is what I meant to say. And then when you do that, let me just make sure. They're pretty close in size again. So not too shabby there. When you do post them and use them, they are slightly back-weighted for me. But as I say in every video, and I'm sure people are tired of hearing it, I don't ever post my pen, so I am a little bit sensitive to that. This one is definitely more back-weighted, just with that added length. They both write so incredibly well. I'm going to bust out my Galen Leather Tomoe River notebook, and let's do some writing. I will say I'm at a super awkward angle, so this is going to be interesting to see, but let's do it anyways. And let's focus the camera. All right. This is not a sturdy writing surface, so the camera is going to shake a little bit. Sorry, guys. Super wet. The ink is KWZ. I don't know what that is. Honey. And this is the BENU. Fine. I adore the way these write. They're super smooth. Just a tiny little bit of a hint of feedback. And they're super wet, which oh my gosh, I love so much. So once again, super wet. This is the BENU medium. The medium is certainly a beefy boy, and this is Pilot Iroshizuku Shinkai. So the medium is certainly a a beefy boy, like significantly more so than the fine. The fine, I would say, is like it is basically a true fine. Like it's pretty much what I would consider a Western fine. The medium, I would say, is an in between what I would consider a Western fine and a Western broad. It's definitely beefy, but I like the difference. And they're both a number 6 size nib, so it's not like it's, one's 5, one's not. The Dream Bean that I've ordered, I will have a fine nib on it. I prefer the fine nibs, but the medium I think is as big as I would go. You can get a broad, but I imagine if it's going to follow suit at all, it's going to be like, really, really broad. And I don't know if I'd want to go that far. They both write like a stinking dream. No pun intended, I guess, for the Dream Bean coming out. So would I recommend them both? Absolutely. Between the two, it's going to come down to just sheer aesthetics for you, because there really isn't a ton of differences. All the differences come in the finish, really, because as far as they perform, as far as they write, the grip section, the nib, everything is the same. They're both standard international converters. You can both eyedropper them. Really, the only differences come from just pure aesthetics. I would say if you have really, really tiny hands, then maybe go with the Talisman just because it is a bit smaller. But weight-wise, you really don't notice much of a difference when you're writing. So there's really not a whole lot. I hope that solves any curiosity that you may have had, because I know some people, as soon as I did the Talisman, were curious to know the differences between the two. And like I said, there really isn't a ton. So I hope that took care of any questions or concerns. But if you have any more, do drop a comment down below. I'll try and answer them if I forgot to talk about anything today. Price point's the same to these. I'll have them here. I believe the price point's the same. This Talisman is a little bit more just because of the glow in the dark, but the regular models, or finishes rather, are the same. If you hit that like button, I would appreciate you so very much. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more every Monday and Friday and the occasional rando on Tuesday. Do hit the Patreon link in the description below if you want to help support me and what I do here. And as always, if you're still watching this far in, you are the reason I make these videos. All right, guys. I'll see ya. Bye. Well, all right. Today it is time to say thank you to all of my Patreons. I am so grateful for you. Today is July 3rd, so if you do not see or hear your name, just be patient. I update it as soon as I can. So for our ultimate human, we've got Daniel Roddy. And then for my VIPs, we have Glenn Kelly, Joan Worthman, Brian Hunter, Aaron C., Luna Wolf Games, Bobby A. Bailey, Bass, Waylay Chang, Brian Law, Lucas Bell, Aubrey Madcourt, Marissa Calvo, Eric Lineman, Jessica Chow, Stephen Baldwin, Carol Lowry, Michael Simon, Sean Sturdy, Catherine Molina, Robert Myers, Bill Pemberton, Karen Epstein, Gretchen Peters, Subi1 Kenobi, Bianca Andrews, and Digital10.tech. And lastly, but not least, McCall Bennett Lawrence. So thank you to everyone, no matter the tier you're in, whether it's bottom or top, does not matter. You all make what I do here possible. Thank you.